News 3's Emily Manley joins us now from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center with our first look at our forecast. Emily.
I'm starting to see some warmer temperatures out there for everyone this weekend, and hopefully we can keep that light jacket out. Let's take a look outside right now downtown at Macomb. You can see that our high is 46. That is the high that we hit today. Humidity is about 46%. And then we hit some winds. Gusts were up to 23 degrees today. So pretty windy out there if you had the chance to get out there. I said 26 degrees and I meant 26 miles per hour. That is my mistake. Let's take a look outside right now at the temperatures around the area. You can see that everybody is in that 45 to 46 degree temperature for the area. So nothing too different anywhere that you want to go. If we take a look outside at the radar, all that rain that we saw yesterday is getting out of the area. Nothing to be looking at, because guess what? We're not going to see rain for quite some time. If we take a look outside, as we said earlier about the pollen, we are pretty high for the pollen. Now this is just tree pollen. The weed pollen is not yet affecting us because nothing is blooming yet, but the trees are starting to take effect for people sneezing. I know that I have a little bit of an allergy problem today. Can't get the Kleenexes away from me. And this is as the weekend goes on. I'm going to have temperatures that are rising throughout the weekend, and the pollen's only going to get higher as we go out throughout the weekend. Stay tuned as I have your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Emily.
And welcome back. We have Emily Manley with us now. And Emily, is that rain finally out of here?
I am so happy to say that it is. If we take a look outside right now, we finally see sun out there, and it is awesome. I'm loving that I finally can report no rain in the forecast for the next couple of days. If we take a look, it is 46 degrees outside, and this weekend is only going to get nicer. Humidity is about 46% and winds 16 miles per hour. But if you do get in the gust, you can see up to 23 miles per hour. So pretty blustery out there. If we take a look at the temperatures for the radar, we can see that in Peoria we have 48 degrees. We're all in the 40s here. No one's really seeing any difference for the surrounding areas, which is okay because I have even better news as the weekend goes on. As I said yesterday and the day before, we did have some rain that was in the area. That is all out to our east now. So that is not our worry anymore. We've now pushed it out to the east. And then right now, currently, there's a little bit of cloud in our area, but it's getting out of the way. And as it gets out of the way, that leaves us with a sunny Friday. Nothing in our area. This is a low pressure system though, and that low pressure system could bring some rain for us Saturday night into Sunday, which could cause some problems for our Sunday events going on here around campus. This, like I said, we could see this on Saturday. For tonight though, we will see a low of 26 degrees, below freezing, so you could see some frost when you wake up tomorrow morning. I did put this picture up so you all know what the moon looks like as we move in the moon calendar, just a little sliver tonight. It will get fuller as we go on throughout the month of April, which is hard to believe it's almost April. Tomorrow we will see a high of 40 degrees. Winds will die down, only 10 miles per hour for winds tomorrow, nothing too bad. But I have an excellent 5-day forecast for you. As you see, it goes up and up and up and up. How wonderful is that? Tomorrow we have 43 degrees, Saturday 45, and I just have excellent news as it goes on, 55, and then we will hit 60. We could see some rain on Sunday though. We're not too sure how that low pressure system is going to come into the area. So you know what, boys? It's awesome out there. So I hope I'm getting my golf clubs out this weekend. So
you golf?
I do,
okay.
And I cannot wait. I'm going to play for the mom's weekend. My aunt is playing mom for me this weekend, and we're going to play some golf.
I'll tell you what, I've golfed 3 times in my life, and I got worse every time. Did decent the first time, and then it just went downhill from there.
Yeah, you're not the first person to happen to do that.
Yeah, I think I should probably stop golfing for a bit.
It's going to get warmer, so we can go out and practice, but I might have to beat you before I help you out.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, well, we can try.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Emily. Let's toss over to Jeff for sports.
Yeah, beautiful outside. Now, coming up next in sports, Western Illinois baseball was able to beat that cold and get back on track at home yesterday against the University of Illinois Springfield Prairie Stars. And WIU volleyball, well, they get back on the court for their spring workouts. News 3 sat down with the sophomore defensive specialist Kayla Ruff to talk about the new head coach Kelly Richardson. And Roger Goodell finally broke his silence on the Rams potentially moving to Los Angeles. Hear how the commissioner backed St. Louis's plan next.
Today, 1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic. That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids. We all know.
What did you want to be when you grew up? Now, how do you make it happen? Think purple, think success, think Western Illinois University.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Of all the things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Now, welcome back to Live at 4. After losing 2 of 3 last weekend to South Dakota State, the Western Illinois baseball team looked to get back on track with a non-conference tilt with in-state foe, University of Illinois Springfield. Now, freshman J.T. Banish received his first start of his college career against the Prairie Stars. He didn't disappoint either, pitching the first 2 innings, allowing only 1 hit, and he's going to get the W. A lot of that help came from the offense, tying a season high in runs with 14. The senior Jake Moore led the attack, going 2 for 3 from the dish with a home run, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. The 14-1 win gives the team some much-needed confidence going into a 3-game set at home versus North Dakota State this weekend. And even though it's spring outside, WIU volleyball is already hitting the court as they begin to reinvent themselves for the 2015 season. News 3's Cody Snodgrass has the story.
The Western Illinois Fighting Leathernecks volleyball team struggled last year, only managing 6 wins. One bright spot for them was freshman defensive specialist Kayla Ruff. With the season over for the volleyball team, Ruff already has goals set for next year.
Well, hopefully with more training from our new coach, I'll be able to grow more. And obviously my goal is to be a libero next year. So just work hard this spring and prove that I should be a libero next year.
Although Ruff had a successful individual season, she's more concerned about our team's overall success, which means the only stat that matters is the wins and losses.
I think communication is a big part of what this team lacked last year. So just growing as a leader and trying to communicate better with our team and coaches.
Looking at the stats, one would see the 242 digs, which was third on the team last year for Ruff. She insists she was still learning and is looking to step up her game in this upcoming season.
For me, it was learning how to play at this high level of Division I and just taking in all of the coaching and new stuff I would learn, but then obviously being able to apply it and grow as a player.
Ruff will have to adapt to new volleyball coach Kelly Richardson's type of play, but she doesn't feel like this will be a problem.
Coach Richardson is very competitive, so I think that brings an edge to our practices, whereas before we were more lackadaisical and kind of joked around, where here it's just a get after it attitude.
Come support Kayla Ruff and the Leathernecks next season as they set on a quest for a Summit League championship. For News 3, I'm Cody Snodgrass.
Thanks, Cody. The Leathernecks lost 4 seniors from the fall, including kills leader Ann Miller, assist leader Samantha Fournier, and even digs leader Molly Murphy. Now, it's a tall task to replace those players, but the team looks re-inspired with Kelly Richardson at the helm. Now moving to the National Football League, the city of St. Louis got some backing yesterday from Commissioner Roger Goodell as the city makes a push to keep the beloved Rams in Missouri.
They have a great site. They have a site that I think is important for St. Louis to redevelop. Makes a perfect stadium site, as the governor told me. And I think they're working towards making it become a reality. And I think we need to continue that momentum. We need to continue the focus of making it a reality. and that's a positive. And I think the efforts that are going on there are very positive.
The new proposed stadium has the St. Louis Rams as they look to lie just northeast of the current Edward Jones Dome along the Mississippi River. The open-air stadium proposed by Missouri Governor Jay Nixon plans to contain 64,000 seats and will cost $985 million to build. The issue now is to figure out how the new stadium will be financed. Until the city can form a plan, the Rams will continue to lease out the Edward Jones Dome on a year-by-year basis, which does not rule out the chance of owner Stan Kroenke moving the team to Los Angeles. So potentially they could still move, but I mean that new stadium, if they can get that thing working, and the way that they built up Busch Stadium when they reopened that thing, I mean it'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, we've been to Edward Jones Dome. I mean, when it's all closed up like that, I mean, it's still a really neat venue, but that open look right by the river, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, being by the river, and I mean, in that dome, you open things up and be outside the way football's meant to be played. You know, that's how I like it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. All righty, coming up, a final look at your weekend weather.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Enroll, we say. We want you to be okay. Enroll, we say. Take care, people, for goodness sake.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can. One day, I could be a stadium.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Used to call me the buttered biscuit. Back then, I was a sex expert. I know about birth control, too.
Bedsider.org has birth control information and a lot more. And it's...
Have you had sex in this car yet?
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Stories. They happen everywhere. At News 3, we go the distance and tell them firsthand. Across the region.
The tornado tore through a neighborhood in Washington, Illinois.
Across the state.
Here at the state capitol in Springfield for the gubernatorial race.
Across generations.
We have a lot of people that are very dedicated. We're all volunteers.
The stories that inform us. The stories that move us. The stories that matter from a fresh perspective.
And if we take for a final look, let's take a look at tonight. We were going to see that we will see a low of 26 degrees tonight. Tomorrow we will see a high of 40, and it's going to go up and up and up and up. Like I said, it's going to be awesome. I threw this map in there just to show you one more time about the allergy season. We're all dealing with the allergies. I know Johnny was blowing his nose many times before we went back on air. So we do have some allergies out there. Just keep some Kleenexes with you. As we do look at the 5-day forecast, though, we are going to see that it's only going to go up. And I love that I get to bring good news. So I'm glad that you guys got to join us here live at 4. Before we go off, I want to say how dapper the men that I'm sitting with here on the desk look.
We try. We really do. Thank you so much.
We have the bow ties working, and we all wore black today, so we almost got the memo. So I'm glad that I got to be the woman on the desk with you guys today.
Thanks a lot. Well, thank you so much for watching live at 4. For Jeff Marta, I'm Johnny Capper.
And for Emily Manley, I'm Drew Hoffman. We'll stay on top of your newscast overnight and bring you the latest updates on our Facebook page. Find us at